You know, the problem between this one and the last one is that I'm actually going to remember this one. I really should have drank some more.
Let's give them something to talk about. Well, they do their drugs, yeah. Well, hey there, all you fuck-ups and losers. Welcome to the Virgins and Sluts podcast. It's amazing. We're doing it again.
AKA the smoke break.
Yeah.
Show.
So, we haven't eaten because we haven't been working. And so, I just want to take a moment to serve me and my buddy some steak. We got steak with butter knives. This is the budget that we're on. Because this is the life that we're living. So I want to go ahead and...
I really don't know why you made a steak. No.
Well, it's because we haven't eaten.
I didn't understand it.
We're hungry and we haven't eaten.
And then you did it.
And, we're going to get into it with the... oh my god, this is looking good. It's not even looking that rare. It's looking like I did a good job.
You might have made it more medium than no, that might be a medium rare, maybe.
It's alright. We're going to taste it. Please, feel free, whatever time, pick at it.
This is beef, right?
It's, yeah. It's beef. It looks, boy, I don't know if I trust that piece. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take a different one here, folks. You don't want to get the wrong thing. You ever had a bad sushi? You ever had a bad piece of sushi? I've never had a bad piece of sushi, but I have heard other people talk about having bad pieces of sushi.
Those people don't know what they're talking about.
Hey, it's good, right?
No, it might be medium rare, actually.
New York strip. Yum. It's chewy.
Just as Gordon Ramsay would describe it, it's chewy. I'm trying to base it off look, and
I don't think I did this right. We might have to recook it.
my problem is, that's definitely that's either rare or maybe medium rare. This guy over here is like, I'm frying it up. I'm like, why are you making a goddamn steak? And then he
Can I admit something to all you people?
Because I like
make
it.
breakfast pretty good, but I'm not sure about this.
I like it like medium well. I'll even take it well done. I'm not gonna lie. I know chefs hate to hear that, but I don't. The less blood there is, the more I can remember that it's a cow and not a woman.
And this is the thing. There's a lot of blood here, but it's kind of dry. Speaking of that, it's time to go to one of our sponsors. We're sponsored by Hangers. Hangers brought to you by Planned Parenthood. Hangers, the original Planned Parenthood. Hey, if you can't make an appointment, get yourself a hanger. That's Hangers. You know what to do. So,
Yeah, the problem is that it's wire hangers, and you just held up a plastic hanger.
you know what? Plastic, paper, whatever. I mean, have you seen the show where they make a shank in prison? You could kill somebody with paper.
Which one?
You can kill somebody with plastic, and that's the whole point of what I just said.
And was it on HBO?
I don't know. And I've never seen somebody kill somebody with a hanger. But that's why would you talk about that? Killing somebody? I'm talking about abortions.
Yeah, that's not the same thing at all. We all know that when you kill an abortion...
I don't know what an abortion is.
You are killing a person.
But you're talking about killing people, and that's...
Just like this meat. Yeah.
Listen. The things that are salty make you cough. I put all types of fucking shit. I put paprika, which I don't even know if that's true, but it sounds right. I put
That's a
garlic
great spice
salt.
to put on a beef. But now, America, I was speaking in jest. I did not mean that about abortions. Those are a very serious thing, and that is up
Stop
to the people
saying
who are
that
having
word.
them.
Survey says if you say that word, 25% of the women who don't watch this anyway will stop watching it. Stop saying that word.
You heard me. And I apologize for that. You
It's
should
really
not have heard
rude.
me, because
It's really rude.
as a male, I know nothing of what I speak.
As a white male. Now, it's
Exactly.
really rude to eat while you speak, but the thing is, pretend that we're having a conversation over a meal.
Okay.
Because we're close and we're close friends. Okay, and that's what we're doing right now. We're having a nice little meal, and we're telling you honestly that this is our last steak. We can't afford anything else. This is it.
No, in that case.
I spent the last bit of money I had on this hat and that poster. And let's be honest, I stole these things. I didn't have any money to even spend on them. I had to steal them. And now I'm wearing them. I'm using them as props. Do you understand? You understand how this works?
Yeah.
We had sponsors last week. And we actually received 2 cease and desist letters from Crown Royal and Nintendo.
Those bitches didn't know what they were talking
So
about.
I'm not allowed to wear a Nintendo 64 controller around my neck for this week at least.
Hence the hat.
Yeah. You don't know who made this hat. You
I
just
do.
know it's fabulous.
Fabulous.
It's fabulous.
It's fabulous.
That's not who made the hat, but it is the feeling you get when looking. I mean, do you wanna dance with me all night? I'll change my race, it's cool.
Oh,
That's
yeah!
Michael Jackson. A little bit of Michael Jackson for you.
The original MJ.
Yeah. And my black on white.
Which actually raises a very important question right in time for Black History Month. Which one's blacker?
I don't like where this is headed.
Michael Jackson MJ or Michael Jordan MJ? I mean, one played basketball, but the other one sang. And as you and I both know, those are both very...
This is around the point in the podcast where somebody gets canceled, and that someone's him. Now, the problem is, if I call him a white guy and tell him I'm going to cancel him, he's going to try and weasel out of it with that I'm a Jew card. And that, you know, I got to ask you about this right now.
I am a Jew.
How does that work where you get to go, well, if it's beneficial to me, I'm white, but if not, I'm a Jew. How does that work? You want to explain that?
I was trying to stab it.
And this is his way of, as Dr. Fauci would say,
I can't stab you with a knife.
putting a mask on.
Stab your food.
And, well,
What was your question?
well, the question was, how does it feel to be able to be white when it's preferential and not when it's not? I mean, let me tell you what, there's lots of times I'd like to just throw this white skin in the gutter. I'd like to say, ooh, geez, Whitey did what? Not me. How do you do that?
Oh, you mean, how does it feel to be white and have white guilt, but also be a Jew and have minority privileges?
Oh, you feel guilty?
No, it's just
That
weird,
is a
man.
Jewish thing.
It's just, yeah, I mean, it is, yes. It's just, it's a weird feeling. Really, it's best not to think about it, not to dwell on it. It's a problem, and it needs to be dealt with. But since I am yet to be in a power to deal with it, there's not really much I can do, you know. I hope one day I'll be big enough that I can affect it, but, you know, I'm not. So, not yet. And that's why you guys should subscribe. Like and subscribe our channel right now. I know it's cliche, but it's a great thing to do. Right, John?
What?
Like and subscribe.
Oh. You know, the guiltiest thing I've ever seen him do, personally, and we've been friends since we were 12, is figure out, is there bacon on it? Because I really don't want to eat it if there's bacon on it. And that's what he would feel the guiltiest about. He would rob a lollipop from a child and think nothing of it as long as it's not wrapped in bacon. That's just how guilty he is. Anyway, so I wanted to ask
Hey,
you.
I paid that child 10 cents for that goddamn lollipop, and then I kept the dime because that child is a child and they don't know what they're doing with the money.
I wanted to ask you, not as a Jew, but as a fat American, what do you think of my steak? Honestly, like, what could I have done differently?
Cooked it longer. The seasoning was pretty decent.
Yeah?
Although
I just threw shit on
it might have
it's
needed
like-
a sauce. I could tell. It might have needed a sauce or two, but it definitely needed to be cooked for a little bit longer. I think even a chef might say it's a little bit under. Just a little bit. I don't think it's full rare, but it's not quite mid rare either, or normal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, that was evident.
You know, my grandmother used to say about burps, bring it up again and we'll vote on it. She was a clever woman, more clever than me, but I'll tell you what, she was born in 1927, and that's trivial because it's 1921 right now, plus 100 years. Now, if you, all right, were somebody's grandmother, what advice do you think you'd give to them today? What do you think you would say, hey, you know, as somebody's what do you think you could bring to the table as somebody's grandmother? I don't think it's time for another beer yet. What do you think you could bring to the table, really?
To someone's grandma? I mean, I would genuinely want to know what it was like to have been on the Titanic and survived. I think that's key.
I mean,
Ever since I saw that goddamn movie by What's-His-Face, all I can think about is fucking What's-Her-Name to the tune of What's-Her-Face. And if our off-air producer would be so kind to tell me what any of those references I just made were, I would take it in a heartbeat because I'm blanking on them. But I'm thinking Kate Winslet to Celine Dion
on the couch.
by I still am blanking on the director's name. But he made that other great movie that everyone seems to love, the Avatar. But not the good Avatar, the other Avatar, the blue one.
Wherever you are, and I know that my heart.
James Cameron, right? Yeah, thank you. Great job, producer. Thank you for helping me out. That was a big help. James Cameron. His movies are great. I truly believe his movies are great. Yeah.
Do you remember old?
Far,
That's right. That's what
wherever they
I
are.
think I just triggered that song with him.
I know, but you were horrible at it.
Do you remember, oh my God, great songs from the early 2000s? Do you remember anyone who really turned you on in the early 2000s?
All sorts of people turned me on in the early 2000s.
You know, I remember one of your favorite songs growing up was Creed. Well, I
like Creed.
when the open,
I mean, they're shit, but I like them.
with holes wide open.
I'm not allowed to like shitty things. Like
Oh,
this
and I
goddamn
feel
steak.
you have with holes wide open.
Shit. But I like it.
You know, for somebody
It's a bit
who's
chewy.
eating one of their last steaks, I just think you're a little bit, I don't know, greedy. He's a greedy pig, isn't he? Wouldn't you look at him and just say, greedy? Greedy pig.
You know, if you say that,
Yeah. Munch, 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 greedy pig. You know, they say if you are ever on death row,
God, it's so
they
chewy.
will give you... Oh, it's not a good steak. I didn't say it was. they say you get your whatever you want. And so if you were ever on death row and they're like, all right, you get your last meal, what do you want? What are you asking for?
The biggest filet mignon there is.
Yeah. You're gonna eat it quick or slow?
You know it.
That's not an answer.
Probably a bit of both. I'd start quick and then I'd slow down.
I'm sorry I asked you this answer. I mean, I was hoping for a more, worthwhile response. I mean, I've got a twinkling hat on. There's an elephant blowing rainbow smoke in the background, and I ask you what your, last meal on Earth would be, and you're like, well, I think I'd get up. I think I got a steak, and I need it kind of fast, and I mean slow, and then maybe I deserve to die because I killed the brand new podcast we were doing with that shitty fucking answer. Yeah. I mean, are we doing a thing? Or are we doing like, are you even trying?
You know I'm not.
Don't you want to ask people sometimes, like, are you even fucking trying? Honestly, like, regardless of whatever politics you like, look around, motherfucker. Don't you just want to ask them, like, are you people even trying? And you would think, it's fuck them, like, at least my friends try, and this guy, I've known him since we were 12. And it's like, are you even trying?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what's going on.
I love eating red fucking meat.
Yeah, red meat's the best.
God damn it. Sometimes chewy if you cook it wrong. This wasn't cooked that wrong. I really wasn't. I got on the Googs and I cooked it like Goog said to. And, a little chewy. That's okay. That's alright.
On the whole, I'd say you did a good job for what you are. But, I mean...
These are the compliments you can only get from a friend you've known since you were 12.
I don't think you did a great job overall, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's true. He's not wrong. He's not at all wrong. It's for what I am. And that's, a white guy about to get canceled. Listen, let me tell you people something. Aliens are coming, okay?
Aye, they are.
Aliens are fucking coming. And if you don't think they're coming, they're already here. Alright? And if you don't think they need to fuck, well, guess what? They do. You don't think they come different than you, but they're already coming. If you were an alien, how would you come?
Probably green. I feel like green's the right answer.
Green?
Green.
I think blue.
I shoot my little green men all over the place.
I think a little blue goo.
Now, you're getting covered in my little green men. Producer's getting covered in my little green men.
Slimer.
Unnamed bitch over there is getting covered in my little green men. Everyone. Okay. I'm getting covered in my little green men. Everything's going to be green because we're covered in my little green men.
In your eyes.
Your eyes.
Mesquite.
Oh, yeah.
Your eyes.
I am complete.
Your feet. Your eyes. Ah. Lick it up. In your eyes. That's something aliens would do. Only an alien would shoot its load all over your face. It's big green gooby goo all over your gooperson.
Besides aliens, I can think of at least two people who would also do that.
Yeah, well, and you know what? And rightfully so. You know why? Because they were put here on this earth to do what they do, and they shoot their goo, and they do as they do. And who are you to tell them not to do what they do when they do when they do when they do?
Is this like what you heard earlier about Edison?
It's like a Dr. Seuss when I put it in your caboose, all right? And don't you act like an angry moose.
Every action
has an opposite and equal reaction, unless...
No, that's not what it was.
That's not
every
the
action...
point. No, we don't want to talk about this. We haven't thought it through thoroughly. All right? Our lawyers told us don't do it.
When have we ever?
That's correct. Honestly, we do whatever Dr. Fauci tells us, okay? I
actually will do whatever Dr. Fauci tells me.
I know you will, you simp cuck, son of a bitch, you. Hey, there was a stray meat. I'm going to enjoy it right now. The point is, that was not the right thing. That was like cartilage and yuckamo. All right, so here's the thing. We will literally do whatever Dr. Fauci tells us to.
I mean, I really will.
More cartilage. And when I say we, I mean absolutely this simp fuck right here.
I can't promise he does anything. I've never been able to get him to do anything
shot
like
up and his
up
tongue's
in
been
my
sticking
life.
out. I had to roll that shit back up in his, like, he can't wait to get his second vaccine where his dick's gonna fall off. But the point is, you know what? We're happy to do what Dr. Fauci says. We're happy to do what Kamala Harris tells us. And really, we're looking forward to instructions from our new leader.
Donald Trump.
No.
Jr.
Alexandria Ocasio, Kamala.
Harris.
Kamala. What's when they form forces and they...
with our powers combined, we form Super Democrat Captain Planet.
Yes. And the point is that these wonderful people finally tell us what to do. I mean, I've been waiting for I've been on the white guy party for a long time, and I've been waiting to defect, and I'm ready for the next party, and I'm ready for the next phase. I'm ready for the next chapter. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have a great time with it. You know, personally, I want to get rid of this. This is attached to a lot of bad. I don't know if you people know this. I don't know if you've heard the story of the whites or what they've done, but this is not.
But wait, if you get rid of
anymore. This, I mean, at one point in time, but right now, not so much. Ready to trade it in for something a little more mahogany. What do you say?
If you get rid of this, how are you going to masturbate?
Peacefully, because I always enjoy masturbating.
That makes up like at least half your life.
I don't know what getting rid of this has to do with masturbating. I did ask a friend though.
And that's what she said.
You know, how did Michael Jackson do the second half of
2028?
Of his life? Yes.
She
had some colorful remarks.
Michael Jackson had a very bad ending of life. You know, accusations and eventual death by misdiagnosis. His family is sued the doctor.
I would still argue that the ending of his life was better than the best days of yours. I mean, would you not? Would you not agree with me at least that I deserve the next piece of steak for bringing that up? And whatever you want to say to respond to that.
I mean, I would not dispute that since you made the goddamn
mistake.
I
mean, when he was lying comatose in his bed, couldn't move, couldn't do the fucking jig, couldn't moonwalk to save his limp dick. I mean, I think he still, you know, somehow did more than you that day. I mean, I don't... I'm gonna stare at you. Eat my fucking meat. You know what's beautiful in this day and age? When you can have a good friend next to you that you can eat steak and cough on. You know? Yeah.
How dare you cough on me?
It's really just overrated. I mean, you know, you used to just be able to sit next to people cough on them. Just fucking then they'd eat their steak and be like, fuck you, you suck ass! And nobody cared. Oh, they fucking cared. Now, I've been to Florida. He doesn't give a fuck. I was in Florida recently. Nobody gives a flying cannoli, okay?
That's because the Italians are all in New York.
Boy, let me tell you, this last piece sure is a chewy cunt.
Ah! Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is.
I mean, this is like, it's like a bad day at Arby's. You thought you were gonna get a nice little, like, easy peasy grease that you could just bite into and it just, your teeth would slide right through, but no, it's rough and tough and stumbling and mumbling. You know what? But I ain't never met a beaver that ever make me want to leave her. And
Ah! You heard it, bitches, right here.
I never met a beaver that make me want to leave her. That's not that. That ain't true, but it's as wrong as it is right. And if you understand what I'm saying,
that ain't alien speak.
fucking cheers to you here.
That's American.
That's right. That's right. That's right and true.
Speaking of aliens,
that's right and true, and it's from me to him. Lady. I put a little stank on, alright. I put a little stank, just like I left a little pink in that steak. Alright. Alright. Ask you a question out there, alright? Howdy.
I got him. But have you heard about the aliens?
Listen, sometimes people repeat things. My biggest fear is having to, somebody I love, like, just fall prey to Alzheimer's. But really, I'm hoping that with what I do and the choices that I make, that I fall prey to something tragic much more before them, so as to not have to deal through their sad circumstances. They can watch me go much earlier and go, oh, sad for him. And I would be sad, but at the same time, I'll just deal with that on my own, be like, why is this gonna happen to me now? You know what I mean? And it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine, but at least I won't have to deal with the pain of everybody else's bullshit. Because I'm a lover, and I sympathize and I empathize. I don't want to deal with that. So just let me die first. And when I do, and we talked about this earlier, I just want him to do something fun with me, okay? I just want him to push me over like a hill into a pit of lava, take me up to Mount Kilimanjaro, and just say something fun, say something cliche, just like, feel the rhythm, feel the ride, get on up, it's bobsled time, cool runnings, push me into the fucking, and just, you don't even need to see if I'm, honestly, you don't even need to see if I'm alive. You don't. Just ask one question. Is he 40? Is he 40? Is it the year
of the goat? It is not.
2028.
It is not yet.
Is he 40? Is he 40? Well, then he lived a good long life, and he deserved to die. And I think that's fair to say. 40 years.
That's always fair to say about you.
You made it a good one. Take off the hat, just sombrero, just hang it up. Hang it, and let me tell you, I'm hip to this, and I'm hip to, I took a vacation to California at the early part of last year, and I had an old perspective, and I looked up in the sky, and I said, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Kobe Bryant! And it ruined everything. It ruined my whole perspective.
Speaking of Kobe, did you hear about Tiger?
What happened to Tiger?
Do you want to guess?
If this is a joke about another helicopter accident, right after I just told one, I'm going to be pretty pissed.
It's not that dark. No. Kobe got into a single car accident. The LA fire department had to use the jaws of life to get him out of there. He's got multiple leg injuries. I would say that his career is probably over. I mean, I think he's probably going to recover from it and be able to walk, but he's just going to be like, all right, I'm done. Golf, too much walking, I'm done. And what I really wonder is, was he, under the influence when this happened? Because that was part of the problem in his last scandal. It wasn't just the women. It was the stuff he was under when he was with the women. And, this is the one thing that can make the story worse. He got into a car accident. The one thing is that he was under the influence when it happened. That would be the worst thing. So I hope he wasn't, because I know people are going to be asking about it, and I get that. I get, based on history, I get it. But I hope it's not true. I hope that it was just, an accident, which sucks. And I hope he's fine. I hope he's good. We're just praying for that over here. And it's the way it is.
Hearing that is honestly, it's so sad. And you hope he's gonna do okay, and you wish him the best, and you want him to do well.
Cheers, Kobe.
And even
cheers, Tiger.
And even with that, you just know that he's a winner regardless, because
one of the best golfers in the world.
Even on his worst day, he's so much more successful, so much better looking, so much. He's fucked so many more Scandinavian women. He's done so much more than he'll ever do in his whole life. Than you. Than anyone you know. And so even if he died today, you'd never come anywhere close. Wasn't that kind of cool?
It's very cool, but you know what? In the spirit of not letting things be forgotten when the end times come, I tried to bring this up earlier, and I just can't hold it in anymore. Have you heard that in the next few months, the Pentagon is going to have to release all information it has on unidentified flying objects?
Really?
Yeah. And that's not at all disturbed by the image
you
you just
telling me
gave.
you think aliens are real?
Of picking meat up and eating it out of your mouth, just like a. I mean, are you a bird? Because
do you tell me you fucking think aliens are real?
We were sued, as he said earlier, by Warner Brothers for these mugs.
We just went to Mars, bro.
But without these, how are we supposed to stay in touch with each other?
I went to fucking Mars, bro.
When he gets this ridiculous, and I need this to get me there with him.
Well, Mars, didn't you hear Elon Musk on Rogan the other day? Those aliens are awful shy. They'd be here already, wouldn't they? Huh? Wouldn't they? Wouldn't they? Fucking wouldn't they? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't.
Hey, producer, what's our time again?
Nobody gives a fuck.
Well, producer didn't like that, but he told me we're already.
We don't have a producer. He shouldn't be here because you're talking about him. You see what happens when something goes awry? Okay, they tell somebody something, and you change your mind, and they go, "Eh," and then this cock says, "Eh," wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen,
For my next trick, I'll force feed him the fucking meat. Yeah, suck yourself, cock. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. This has been the end of Retards and